YouTube. YouTube. What's up, YouTube? YouTube. YouTube. Let's post this here in the Discord so everyone knows that we're streaming. Had a really good sleep for once last night. Feeling refreshed, man. Feeling refreshed. Market's been heating up. Market's been heating up. Might be time to get aggressive again. 5K size, 6K size. Just gotta go for it, man. Just gotta go for it. Just gotta go for it. Break the ice. Just break the ice. All right, LASE is popping up. All right, let's take a look at the news here. Laser Photonics, which is the company, LASE, receives marking system order from L3 Harris Technology. So it looks like a sales order. They don't say how much the order's for in dollar amount or in units. So that's kind of just up to your imagination, but the stock is the leading gapper today, up 150%, kind of looking like that stock that we had yesterday, AUUD. Strong pre-market chart, similar price range, consolidated near the highs. You can take a look at the daily, see if it's any different than what we had on AUUD. But who knows, we could have another opening surge. Depending on the chart pattern, at 9:30, we could have another surge, opening surge through the high, which is probably the best opportunity of the day on AUUD right at the open. We went from $4 to like $5.30. Crazy range. So LASE, we're at topped out at 385. So it looks like we are in this area here, so it looks like there's going to be, okay, so it looks like we IPO'd back in October 2023. So we're gonna have a level here. This is the high of this candle is 417. So we're gonna have some resistance at 417. 417, 418, close enough. All right. And so it looks like it came up to 485, 3.85. Hasn't really tested 4 yet. But we'll see. We'll probably test that level today. And then our next level, probably around here. Since we couldn't hold, there's going to be some selling resistance here at the 530, and then all the way up here for this level, 723. And as far as support, there could be some support here. This is an inflection point. But I mean, it shouldn't even come down to test this level. Just a little bit too far off of where we're at to test. But you can see here we had, previous support here, bounced back below, which is now resistance, pull back, break through, now support, bounce, going back down, breaking below, now resistance, rejecting, going back up, resistance, rejecting, and now we're back above. So if it does come back to this level, we could expect a bounce. However, it's not ever 100%, but the problem is this level so far down here that this is going to end up being a backside trade, just because if the price ever does come down this far, the front side is likely done. So it's just going to be like a small little backside trade versus a bounce and then another move higher, which is not likely to happen because we're already so far off that level. If it ever comes back down there, it's likely just going to be too many sellers in control to make it back to the high. But it could be a good backside trade later today. Let's see. The floats. Let's take a look at the floats. Dilution tracker. How's everyone doing? Any of you guys trade any LASE? Looks like we have a 3.37 million share float. Looks like there's a 50% insider holding or insider ownership. Since the outstanding shares is 8 million, float is 3 million with a 1.8 institutional ownership. Looks like I don't see any warrants. There's no warrants. There's no convertible notes. There's no offerings in progress. There's no shelf offerings. There's no equity lines. That is all good to see, because now that gives longs a little bit extra confidence, because that limits the potential chance of getting caught in an offering or dilution. So that gives longs, especially those with a little bit longer hold time, let's say a few hours. There's a lot of traders who trade these types of stocks, but they hold. They want to hold for an hour. They want to hold for 2 hours. Ride the trend, buy off of support, ride the trend. It's going to give those types of traders more confidence, and believe it or not, those traders are the ones that really push the stock, because they hold on to a portion of the shares, and it actually limits the amount of shares outstanding or the float. They lock up a portion of the float for a longer period of time than the scalpers because of their hold time. So they can really narrow the supply even more in certain parts of the day to squeeze short sellers even more. So you also have to think about that too. The float can change just by somebody buying, 10 people buying, or 100 people, holding 10,000 shares. That's what, a million? It's what, 100? So that's like a million shares, right? Yeah. That's a million shares locked up on the float. If 100 people are buying 10,000 shares and holding this, that decreases the float by like a factor of 40% or 30%, since the float is 3.37 million. So you also have to think about that as well. Up and ready to steal some money. I guess it's not stealing money, because it's just every time you hit buy and sell, you are accepting the risk. Nobody can steal anything if you're accepting that you can lose. So it's like consensual. It's just consensual theft, I guess, or just money's changing hands. I don't think of it like that, but I'm ready to steal some money. Let's go. It's just a game. It really is. It's just a game. It's a video game. Literally is a video game. What else do we have on the scan? So let's take a look at AUD. Sometimes, yeah, it looks like we're fading a little bit. We could get it like a slight maybe test of this previous level, about 4, maybe. Better to change into our hands. We'll take good care of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. ACRV is the next leading gapper. Actually doesn't look too bad. Has a bigger range, larger spread, larger price. But this one has potential. Has a little bit of a larger float. I'm reading 21 million share float. That kind of working against the potential here on ACRV, but there is a 67% ownership of institutions. So if institutions want to pump this, they certainly can. You know, they have enough money, and if they're holding the stock, 67% of the float, or no, 67%, yeah, 67% of the whatever. Let's see here. Yeah, 67% of the outstanding shares. If they're holding that much, it's definitely in their interest to pump the stock. So just because of that, you know, it could be potential. So it's topped out here at what, 1070. $11.05. Yeah, so this looks exactly where this support is, which is now resistance. I'm already sweating. For some reason when I trade, I sweat, man. I drip. I literally drip from my armpits. It's terrible. I literally drip from my fucking armpits. Sorry to curse. Sometimes I just let it out. All right, LASE is going to be the main watch for me. I sweat too, yeah. It's common. Guess it's common. ACRV. I like ACRV. There's a potential for the through the high. LASE looks like we're holding high, which is good. BPTS is the next one on the scan, up 36%. This one doesn't look good, so at least for me, penny stock, volume is already light, fading, way too far off the high, consolidating under VWAP. So this is the opposite of LASE, and which is why I like LASE. So ACRV, LASE are the main ones on watch for me. Okay, we're going to get a breakout here. I could go for it. 1 cent, 3 cent breakout. Back to 83, 89. churning. Okay, we're gonna break out higher. Let's see, 89 holding. I did not see, I still don't see 90 on the ask. It did not go to 93. Now it's at 93. Stock was moving up even though the level 2 was not showing higher. That could have been a decent trade there. Hopefully somebody got that. Do the highs. Let's see if we can hold the pullback into this previous level. You got to hold into this level, that previous breakout. So we got to hold 80s. Back over 4. The ask did not go over 4. What the heck is going on there? I didn't even think the orders even showed something over 4 here. Something's wrong, man. Something is wrong. All right, so pulling back here. The only thing different here, let's just compare the pre-market charts here with AUD. So it looks like we broke out a similar time as AUD, consolidating high, and then that opening range breakout, or the high of day opening surge. So far it's kind of drawing a similar pattern. So if we can just hold this level, maybe we can get, you know, that candle like this right at the open. That's what I'm going to be expecting. However, I'm not going to expect that it's going to be exactly the same. So I'm not just going to blindly buy, but I might get it more aggressive than I would be when I do take the trade, because it's happened recently. For KA, is that Kia or something? Oh, Kinita. This? I ain't trading this. I am not trading that. Why would you want to trade KA when you have this beautiful stock here, LASE, very liquid, moving higher, great news? I would never trade this stock. This is not even potential for me. This is super weak. Only a stock that's weak is going to pop up and give back all of its gains and go red from the portion from the time it went green. So I'd be careful with that hat on, James. Lays looks overbought. I don't know if that's how this works. A stock that is up 170% has a higher chance of going another 100% versus a stock that is negative on the day. That's just the statistics. Stocks hold the trend. Stocks tend to hold the trend, follow the trend. On the other stock, the trend is down. LASE, the trend is up. Yeah, hat on, James. Good luck, man. I wouldn't be opposed to some profit taking here on LASE if we don't get the opening surge. But it's likely that there's still going to be buyers stepping in to hold support levels. And then maybe a continuation. So we got 4 minutes here. Let's hit that like button here before we tune in to our trading day. And subscribe if you're new. As long as we manage our risk, we can have a successful day. whether that be a successful red day or successful green day. As long as we manage our risk, we follow our plan, we stay disciplined, we don't take extended high-risk entries, we don't try to catch falling knives, trade the plan, wait for the setup, and take the correct entry, the statistics always show that you're green. If you've been doing this for over a year, and you have a good solid statistic showing that you're green, as long as you take that right entry, you will be green over the long term. Of course, you're going to have some losers, but that is to be expected. It's nothing, no strategy is 100%. But we just can't let that ruin our day and ruin the next series of trades. So LASE, going to be the main watch here, looking just as what we saw here on AUUD. Almost to the perfect T. Similar price range, similar pre-market chart. On AUUD, we got the opening surge. It did pull back though. It wasn't immediate. It did pull back. I think it tested 425, pulled back again, and then it ran. So, it's not going to be just a blind buy on LASE. But if you can time it right, we could see the same pattern. So very similar, almost to a T, almost to a T. Literally, it's a spitting image of AUUD. But also make sure you manage your risk. Just because it's a spitting image doesn't mean it's a blind buy and you just throw your risk management out the window. It's not 100% that this is going to do the exact same thing. But if it does, I will be there to capitalize. So that's my plan moving forward. Hopefully you guys can get a green today. Good luck. Follow all your tips. Stay disciplined. Hit that like button for me on the way out. And if you're new, subscribe for some more videos and some live streams. And I'll catch you guys later today on the recap. All right. Good luck. Peace.